Okay, welcome back to the plot, everyone. It's the 28th of July. I just thought I'd give you a quick buzz round the plot, show you what's been going on and plans for the weekend. So let me just swing the camera around and we'll get on for a little mini tour at the end of July. Okay, let's try again without the technical failures. I bought myself a new gadget, a gimbal, and it appears I don't know how to work it properly. So this is the new anti-badger cage for growing sweet corn in. As you can see, I've got my sweet corn in the ground now. It's a bit late, I know, but I'm hoping it's going to shoot off. It's one of these plants that grows really fast. I've got this really sturdy wire mesh here that's hopefully going to keep it out, keep the badgers out, so I can get some sweet corn. I'm going to be putting a door here. Obviously the badgers aren't interested in the sweet corn at the moment because there's no sweet corn naturally there, so I've got time to get the door put in, and I've got to put the mesh on the back wall there, and that's it ready. I'm also going to bury this lintel down here at the front of it, so they can't try and dig in too easily. So yeah, that's a sweet corn anti-badger cage. Got to keep my eye on all these brambles and see if I can get rid of them, because I don't want them taking over the world. But yeah, finally, I've been promising myself this cage for years, and eventually I've got round to getting it done. So hopefully a bit of sweet corn at the end of this summer. This brassica cage here has got kale. We had some of the kale the other night. We had a stir fry with noodles, and we had some of this kale in it. Very nice it was indeed. The red cabbage is looking okay. This one's looking a bit chewed up. I did catch a butterfly in here, so I don't know whether it's laid any caterpillar eggs, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. Something's been eating it anyway. It could just be mould, friends, the snails and the slugs. Some more kale at the end here. This is a broccoli, I think. I think this is a broccoli. And that's a broccoli. And that one over there is a cabbage, cauliflower. So they're all at different stages of growth here by the looks of things. This is a Romanesque cauliflower, and it seems to be getting a head on it. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, and hopefully we'll get a nice cauliflower head off that. This one was covered in aphids during the week. But I tried washing them all off the other night with water and can full of water, and it seems to have cleared it quite a bit. I can't see any on it. These are more Romanesque cauliflower. They're doing okay, but no heads on them at the minute. Up here, apart from the sunflowers, I've got a row of peas. So I thought I'd put in a row of peas and get a late winter crop. So they're coming up here now. That's a bit of bindweed, I'm taking that out. Hate bindweed. And I planted 2 rows of beans here. These are dwarf beans, called Ferrari, and as you can see, this one's been getting munched, but only one's come up so far. I did think there was others coming up, but it looks like they have made it. I don't know whether they've been munched or pecked or whatever, but they're not there. So what I've decided to do instead was just to see if I can get a few more beans, is that I've planted some in the root trainer, and hopefully they'll come to a decent size and we can get them in the ground and get a late harvest. These were Swedes. Got a bit of whitefly on it, but yeah, there's not much left of them. There was about 4 or 5 along there, and as you can see, there's just a huge big gap. Underneath here is I've got some lettuce. Now this is a mustard type lettuce, and this is one of these salad bowl, red salad bowl ones, cut and come again. So I'm going to leave the net on for another few more days, and at the weekend when I come up, I'm going to net all the way up to the beans. I've got a big net just to keep the pigeons off, in case the pigeons are pecking all these things, because they'll go for the lettuce as well. Down in this line here, I've got carrots. What I've decided on doing is, if ever I get any spare space, is just putting a line of carrots and see if we can get some more carrots before the winter comes in. So that's them. Parsnips are doing really well. Well, we've got plenty of green on the parsnips. Don't know what we've got underneath, so that'll be a nice surprise coming winter time. Potatoes, these are Cara. They're doing okay. I don't usually plant potatoes in the ground because it's a pain in the neck digging them back up again. But I didn't have enough buckets, so I put these ones on the ground. This is a nice pink poppy. Got another couple of flowers coming out soon. The poppies don't last for long, but they're nice when they're up. This is my friend Delilah's. I've given her this bed to grow a few things in, and she's doing rather well with the spring onions. So plenty of spring onions there. She did have a line of radishes in, but they're all gone now. The sunflowers are coming out. Don't know whether you can see that colour. Yeah, these are really nice multi-headed sunflowers. You can just see another little head popping up here, which will be open during the week. So she's got some potatoes in there. She's got some tomatoes. She's got a courgette, which has been giving her some nice courgettes. And she's got a few beans, which were put a bit late in the ground, but they're coming up. In here is my jungle of tomatoes. I think I planted them too close together, to tell you the truth now. And I think there's so much foliage that I think the flowers are having trouble getting pollinated. But if I look down here, I can see I've got some starting to come on. What I'd done earlier this week is I came up and I stripped all the leaves off the bottom to try and get some more movement. And what I'll try and do is go all the way up to the first set of tomatoes. Doesn't matter how often I do it. I try every year to make sure I don't get any side shoots, but every year I grow tomatoes, I do get side shoots, and I end up with a jungle of tomato plants. There is a little pepper plant at the back there, King of the North. It's not doing very well, can't see any peppers on it. I don't know, the ones outside are doing better than that. But there is plenty of flowers on these tomato plants. I just need to get them pollinated and growing. Let me just see if I can hook this one back in. Brad's Atomic grapes over this way. Still only have the one that I can see. In fact, I can't even see it tonight. Well, there it is there. You can, if I can get these leaves out of the way. There it is, that's the only one that I can see. So, yeah, I was hoping for good things with them, but it's still early, so we'll see what happens. I've got a volunteer potato in there. That's from last year, I think. Goes to show you can never dig them all out, no matter how much you try. This is the oca, which I'm going to have to... I read up for the weekend about oca, and apparently if you earth them up like potatoes, you'll get a bigger yield. Now this bed isn't very deep, and I wish I'd read that earlier, because I think we're not going to get a very good yield because the soil's so shallow here and they haven't been buried very deep. So I'm going to try earthing up these oca and see if we can get a better crop off them. But if not, we'll be keeping them for seed potatoes for next year. Got another line of radish in here. If we get some space, we're just going to put in quick crops like radish and hopefully some carrots. See if we can get a quick crop before Christmas. This is just wildflowers and sweet peas. Delilah gave me a pack of wildflowers she got from somewhere. I hope they don't turn into weeds and take over the place. But yeah, they're okay, I suppose. Not as nice as the sweet peas though. They're doing really well. So I've got a variety of sweet peas that are doing well. Hopefully these will keep flowering for a long time. What I'll do is once the seed pods fill up a bit, I'll take these off and I'll have seed for next year. Another sunflower. Okay, right, this is my squash plant. And well, it's more than one squash plant. There's about 6 squash plants here stuck in the ground. And if you look down there, there's a little squash all the way down there. And there's a fruit on the end of that one. Don't know whether that's going to get pollinated in there. I suppose I could try and help it and hand pollinate it. We've got a bigger one down there. I think I'll try and elevate that so it's off the ground so that we don't get any slug damage. There's another one in there. A bit of a jungle here, so I don't know whether all these are getting, I don't know whether that's been pollinated or not, but I'm sure we'll find out. But it's grown really well. As you can see, it's spread all the way down onto this bed. There's another one there on it with an ant on it. But yeah, this just keeps growing and growing and growing. Every time I come up, it's growing another couple of foot. Over here, we have, this is spinach, and this is ready. We can start taking some of the leaves off of this. This is beetroot. This is a new bed, it was only created this year. So we're bound to get loads and loads of weeds on it. But yeah, we've got some beetroot. Just excuse me while I grab a few of these weeds while I'm here. And we've got some carrot and something else in here. Carrot and turnip, I think. No, I can't see any evidence of the carrot. I mean, this looks sort of like carrot, but it isn't. So we'll keep an eye on this bed. It needs a water. I've been coming up each night and doing a little bit. But this could do with another water. Delilah's got a few things in here. She's got some mooli. She's got more spinach. She's got some beetroot. A couple of lines of beetroot there. I've got all my potatoes at the back. As far as I know, they're doing okay. Apart from one, I just had a look over there and there's a couple, I think. Yeah, this is not as good as it should be. So yeah, I don't know why that hasn't taken off. But all the others seem to be doing okay. Getting the flowers on the top, so I'm just going to take the flowers off and hope that the plant puts energy into growing tubers. This is the green gauge tree, and we have got plenty of green gauges on, but they're not ripe yet. So a bit more patience with them. I don't know whether you can see up there. The tree is literally bent over because there's so much fruit on it. This is a success story of this year. These are the bologna beans, and this plant is just dripping with bolotti beans this year. This was going to be my last year growing bolotti beans because they've been so poor in the past. But this year they've done really well. So I'm hoping we're going to get a good crop out of here. As you can see, they've all reached the top of the wigwams. I've snipped all the growing shoots off, so hopefully they'll bush up a bit and we'll get more and more. As you can see, more flowers. That's just a little bean that's just come out off the flower. That one, another multi-headed sunflower. This is another oh, you missed a bee. Oh, I hope he's okay, he hasn't moved from there. In fact, I don't think he is okay. I think he's an ex-bee. Okay, we've got about 4 heads on that one already, which is quite good. And another one coming on there. These are my favourite beans. These are the Blauhild French purple climbing beans. And lots of flowers. I've taken the growing tips out again, so it's got bushes. It's growing more growing tips coming up, so it's going to get really bushy. And if you look down at the bottom, we have already got beans. And in fact, I think I'm going to harvest some of these at the weekend. Because if you look over here, these are just the right size for picking, for eating. So there's quite a few of them. So I'll be having them at the weekend. Raspberries, I came up on Monday night and I grabbed as many raspberries as I could see. Thank you very much. So really nice. So even though we stripped them off all the raspberries, you can see it's still growing raspberries here. Everywhere you look, there's more raspberries coming through. So yeah, just it's a case of every time you come up, bring a tub and help yourself to some raspberries. The blueberries, we did help ourselves to a lot of the blueberries. This plant, the blueberries were a lot bigger than on this plant. I don't know whether we've left these too long on this plant and they've been shriveled in the hot sun from the last week, or whether they're just not ready yet. So yeah, we've got some blueberries. This cage has done really well, because usually the birds get all the blueberries before I get them. As many of you will be aware, last week we had severe hot weather in the UK. We broke all previous records for temperature, and the hot weather has caused all these little gem lettuces to bolt. So I reckon they'll be going to a rabbit near me soon. These are still okay. I think they just need a water. I might do that tonight before I go. This bed, sweet. So I've got a line of carrots in here. You can just see them coming up, a bit patchy. And I've also got some beetroot. Got a line of beetroot, got some more weeds. Doesn't matter how often you weed it, there's always more weeds. And I've got a squash, a butternut squash. I never had room up top for it, so I just stuck it in there. So we'll see what happens. It's not growing as well. Well, it's not growing as well as the other ones up there. Now I don't know whether that's because the ones up top, that was my compost bin, and I put in a layer of alpaca manure to get it started. So strange. We'll see how that goes. That's just in the earth. in this bed. I've got some peppers, and these peppers have been outside, and they're doing a lot better than the pepper in the greenhouse. I mean, they're not massive peppers, more the size of plums than peppers, but at least they've got some fruit on. These were tomatoes that there was not enough room in the greenhouse for. That's a Brad's atomic grape right there. So, in fact, there's a few on this one. So I'll be tying all these up before I go tonight, and hopefully we'll get a few more on. There's a mixture of tomatoes here. There's some Moneymaker, some Gardener's Delight, and some Brad's Atomic Grape. And there's some of these little ones where suckers we took off the main plant and just planted them in the ground, and they've taken root and started growing again. This is another butternut squash. It's not doing very well, but we'll give it a chance and see what happens. Yeah, I thought this was over. I thought this has come to the end of its cycle this year. So I stripped off all the bottom leaves that were all chewed up and bitten in the ground, and it's just come back. I reckon we'll get another harvest of this before the end of this. Well, before the end of the summer. So that's the beetroot. In here is the carrots, which are doing well. We've had a few carrots out of here. That's a small one, but it just fills the hole with the scent of carrot. You don't get that with supermarket carrots. So we've had a few of these carrots, and there's plenty more to come. Look, there's a better one. Let's see if I can get this one. You wouldn't believe the smell of carrots whenever you stick your head in here. There you go, there's a decent sized one. So I'll take them home. Nellie and Angus can have the green top part, and me and Pip will have the orange bottom part. So yeah, there's lots of things coming up, and there's still lots of work to do. Down there, that bed, we did and hoed over the other night. I'm going to put my leeks in there this weekend. They definitely have to go in the ground. There they are there. They're desperate to go in the ground. This is more lettuce I didn't have room for underneath the nets on that bed. But these mustards have gone to seed. This was the hot weather that done that. But these cut and come again lettuces, they're going to go in where the little gems have gone to seed. I've got an unknown little sunflower there. Actually, I think that's a Ukrainian giant sunflower. I think I planted one of them. All the others are autumn beauty. So we'll see how that one goes. I think it's a Ukrainian giant. So, plenty to do this weekend. We'll come up, give everything a good water, harvest the purple beans, maybe cut back a bit of the tomato foliage, weed a bit more of this bed so that the squash coming down can root into the ground clearly. We're not going to be growing anything in this bed this year. There's a few DIY jobs that need done as well, and I also need to get compost out of this compost bin for a little thing I'm doing at home. There's still plenty of compost in here, so I want to dig it out, bag it up and take it home to use in the front garden. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Just a quick tour around the plot on the 20th of July to show what's been happening during the month of July this year. I've got a few little jobs I'm going to do before I go home. Just tie up those tomatoes, maybe water some things, but I'm not doing a lot tonight. When I come up Saturday, I've got a lot of jobs on Saturday. Hopefully the weather will be okay and we can get some work done. But if you like these videos, think about subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. And if you do subscribe, click on the little bell icon and you'll be notified whenever a new video is uploaded to YouTube. And if you want to leave a comment, let me know what you're growing in your garden. Just leave a comment on the side and let me know. But thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I hope to see you all again soon.